Welcome back to It's All About Spice. I'm Hina.
And I'm Sean.
And today we're celebrating Eid.
Eid Mubarak,
Sean.
All right. Eid Mubarak, everyone.
Eid Mubarak.
In celebration of Eid, Hina's going to make a very traditional and a very special dessert for us. Hina, what are you making today?
So today I'm making sheer korma or sevai. It is a very traditional, very popular dessert that you make on the day of Eid. And, you know, from my childhood days, I remember every Eid, you know, we would wake up in the morning and really look forward to my mom making these for us. And this is really, I mean, right after breakfast, this is really the first thing that you eat on the day of Eid.
Nice. That's fantastic. And you have some really interesting ingredients here. You were also explaining to me, before we jump into the ingredients and how you make it, that it varies in consistency from family to family and area to area, right? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, that is true. At least what I have seen is, you know, every family has their own little special way of making sheer korma special. So like in my family, you know, what my mom's been doing and what I do is we keep it more on the runny side of it. So there's a lot of milk that goes into it. But I know there's a lot of different families, like my friends and, you know, relatives and everybody in their families. Sometimes they keep it very dry, so it's more heavy on the sevai and less on the milk side.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's in between, and I think I've tried so many of them and they're all so tasty and so delicious. And really the special thing about this dish is that, you know, on the Eid day when you make it, you don't make it this one giant pile of, you know, sheer korma and you leave it. I think I remember my mom used to make this like 5 or 10 times in batches through the day, because the custom or the ritual is that every time somebody comes over on the day of Eid to visit you and meet you, friends, family, you know, relatives, you're supposed to give them sheer korma. So really by the end of the day, there's so much overdose of sweetness that you're just like, oh my God, that was so good and I had so much of it. So,
well, you know, I can smell the ingredients standing here over it. They smell fantastic. Do you want to walk us through what goes into this?
Yeah, let's take a look at the ingredients. All right, so in terms of ingredients, there's not a whole lot that goes into sheer korma, but it's really the beauty, the fragrance, and the richness of the ingredients that go in there. So I'm going to start from over here. Obviously, you need milk. I have about 2.5 cups of whole milk here. And then this is the sevai. It's also called vermicelli, which is, I think it's made with whole wheat. And what I've done is, typically when you buy them at the store, these are really long, and I've kind of broken them into like this big of a size, so it's easier for them to just integrate in my sheer korma. And then I'm using some dry fruits. So I've got pistachios here. You know, it's about 10-12 pistachios that I've kind of crushed or chopped it really fine. You don't want it to be a powder. You want it to be a little bit of like small pieces, so that when you're eating the sheer korma, you can still kind of bite into it and get that pistachio flavor.
Non-salted, right?
Yes, yeah. So these are not salted, right? And then I have cashews here. Same thing with the cashews. I used about 10-12 cashews, got them like, you know, crushed them. And then I have cardamom seeds or elaichi. This just brings such a, you know, beautiful fragrance.
I can smell them from here.
I know.
I think I could smell them across the room. They smell amazing.
I think it's the smell or the fragrance of cardamom seeds that reminds me of Indian sweet. So what I've done is, instead of using cardamom powder that you get in the stores, I'm not a big fan of cardamom powder personally, because I think they don't have a whole lot of that cardamom aroma that I really love. So what I've done is I've taken, you know, elaichi or cardamom in the pods and then taken the, you know, shell off of it and just got the seeds here. Okay. And then we have saffron here, or saffron. Here I've only got like about, you know, 5-6 of these strands. So we're just gonna garnish the sheer korma with the saffron strands, and these are gonna add that little bit of that beautiful color to it, but also a nice smell of saffron. I think this brings that royal kind of feel to the sheer kurma.
The saffron smells amazing also.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But it's not mandatory. If you don't have this, skip it. I think it's fine. All right, so then next I have ghee. If you don't have ghee, you can use butter to make it. And then I'm using some condensed milk. Condensed milk, again, gives a bit of, a bit of thickness to our sheer kurma, so it's not super runny, watery, but at the same time it also adds a beautiful flavor and texture as well to the sheer kurma.
And this is sweetened condensed milk.
Yeah, so this is sweet condensed milk. Yeah, definitely when you're using condensed milk, just make sure if it's sweet or not. That way you can add more sugar if you need to. Okay. One tip that I always use when I'm making sheer kurma is that I constantly taste it in between just to get a feel for how sweet it is. So that way, you can adjust the sugar. You don't want it to be very sweet because then, you won't be able to eat a whole lot of it.
Constantly taste your dessert as you're making it.
Keep tasting it. Keep tasting it.
I do the same thing with ice cream when I'm making ice cream. You constantly have to taste it.
Yeah. And then the last one is I've got about 2 tablespoons of sugar in here. That's what is going to go. Again, I have very little sugar because this condensed milk is very sweet, but very tasty too. Okay, so those really are the ingredients. We're just going to use a flat pan and a pot, and that's really it. And this recipe takes all about 10 minutes, I would say, to make. So it's super easy, super quick to make, and very delicious.
And on Eid, you only have to make it 5 or 6 or 7 times that day, right?
Yeah, really.
Good thing it's kind of short.
I know, it's very quick to make. So when you have guests or visitors coming in, you have them sit in your family room and say, I'll be back in 5 minutes. And then you just go quickly make it and then come back and serve it.
Awesome.
So.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying it. You've made it for me before. It's delicious, so I can't wait to have it again. So let's get started.
Let's get started.
All right.
All right, so the very first step here is going to be to cook the pistachios and the cashews just a little bit. We're going to roast them just a little bit so you can get that nice aroma out of them. So what I have is I have a pan here. I've added about 1 tablespoon of ghee, and I'm waiting for it to get a little bit hot. Just going to be very careful when you're sauteing the dry fruits. You don't want them to burn at all. All right, so we're going to take this off the heat and just keep it on the side. All right, so the next step here is we're going to just crisp up or cook our vermicelli or sevaya just a little bit. And the reason we do that is you want the raw flavor of that vermicelli to go away, and you just want that nice sauteed smell and texture to come in. And then when you add that to the milk, you get a very beautiful kind of texture as well. So to the same pan that I used to heat up the pistachios, I'm just going to add just a little bit of my ghee here, or butter. There we go. And then I'm just going to add my chili. All right, so it is, you can see the color is now changed to kind of brown, and I think this is good. So be careful, and I don't want to make a mess over here. All right, so to make our sheer kurma, I'm taking a deep dish, like a deep pot, like this. And the first step is we're gonna add milk to it and let the milk boil. All right, so our milk is starting to boil now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just reduce the flame just a little bit, and now we're gonna add our cardamom seeds or elaichi in here. So just add that. Good. The next step is we're gonna add our condensed milk to this. Start adding, I'm gonna add about half of the condensed milk and then just mix this. And this is really going to add a lot of sweetness and beautiful taste to our sheer kurma. I'm going to add my sugar in there. All right, so the milk is sort of boiling now. Now is a good time to add our sevaya in there. So I'm going to add them kind of slowly. All right, it's the best I could get in there. Okay, we go. And then we just give this a stir for about a minute or two. Because the vermicelli or sevaya are so thin that it doesn't take a whole lot for it to cook, you know, just a minute or two, and they'll just soften up, and then it'll be beautiful. All right, so this is good. Next step, we're gonna add our dry fruits in there. So let's get those in there. Okay, so oh my God, just the aroma is, oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so again, we'll just let this cook for another minute, and that should pretty much be it for our sheer kurma. And then in the end, we'll just garnish it with some strands of saffron. All right, so this is mostly done. The very last step is I've got some saffron strands here, and I'm just gonna add them. Okay. So I'm going to transfer the sevaya into a bowl here. Okay, look at how beautiful that looks. I really can't wait to eat this. There we go. We'll just give this a stir, and we'll let this sit for just about 5 minutes or so. This is really hot right now. You don't want to eat this right away. So we'll come back and we'll try this. All right, so the sheer kurma or sevaya are ready, and I just got a little taste of it already, and it is so tasty. I couldn't resist. It was so good.
I love the way it smells. The cashew and the pistachio really comes through in the aroma. That is delicious. It's not overly sweet. It's just nicely balanced, you know. I love the nuttiness of it.
Yeah. I think the beautiful thing about this is that this recipe is not super sweet. You know, sometimes you eat things in dessert where it's just overwhelmingly sweet and that's all you taste. It's not very sweet, but again, if you're somebody who loves to eat sweeter things, then just add more sugar in here. But you can really taste the crunchiness of the pistachios and the cashews in here because we sauteed them before adding them. To the sheer kurma, you can taste the condensed milk, the depth and richness of that. It's, oh my God, it is just so
It is very good. And it really tastes like a celebration dish. You know, it tastes like a holiday dish.
Yeah.
Now, is this the right temperature? This is a good temperature. It's not too hot, it's warm.
Yeah.
Is this what you would usually serve it as temperature-wise, or cold, or how would you?
You know, I think it depends on, I think every family's tradition and to your liking too. Growing up in my house, we always had this very, very hot. So as soon as mom would be done making it, we'll just pour it in the bowl and you just, you know, kind of sip it up. But then in some places I've seen this be served kind of cold and really chilled, and you can do that too. I mean, you can put this in the fridge for like an hour or so and then serve it to somebody cold and it would be equally good.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but what we're trying here is like, it's not super hot, but it's got a bit of a temperature. It's warm. And I love it that way because it just goes into your body and you can just feel the beautiful flavor.
That's a
of
special
this.
dish, and thanks for sharing it with me, Hina, and with everybody. And Eid Mubarak again.
I know. Thank you so much for watching. If you are already a subscriber, then thanks a lot for subscribing to my channel, and keep looking for the new videos that I'm posting. And then if you're not a subscriber, if you're just stopping by, then don't forget to hit on the bell icon or the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel to learn more about these recipes. If you're going to give this a try, because I think it's Eid tomorrow in India and a lot of other places. So if you're going to give this a try, don't forget to take a picture of your creation and then share it with me. Tell me how it turned out. If you have a special family recipe of making sheer kurma, then I want to hear about that too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Great
All right,
job.
well, Eid Mubarak to everyone again, and hope you have a beautiful, blessed day, and take care and stay safe.
Bye now.
Bye.